Good afternoon to all our participants in India and good morning to our audience in Germany. Welcome everybody to Training Made in Germany and to our online event, VET on the Move, Training of Trainer in South and Southeast Asia. I'm Markus Aust, Senior Expert here at iMove, and I'm so happy that you are all with us today to explore training provisions of German training providers in the field of Train the Trainer. I'm going to host today's event and to introduce to our colleagues at iMove who facilitate today's event as well as to today's panelists. Our organization iMove is the networking platform for German companies which offer vocational education and further training and for the international partners. Over 20 years ago, iMove was established by the German Federal Ministry of Education and Research and is part of the Federal Institute for Vocational Education and Training. This online event today is the sixth of its kind, with live pitches by 4 German training providers. Now let me briefly introduce you to our topic today. In times of shortage of skilled workers, it is becoming more and more important to have well-trained and qualified junior employees in your company. So it is of great importance to help your trainees to work in a motivated and independent way in order to relieve you as a skilled worker and to become competent future colleagues. In 2016, there were a total of 650,000 registered trainers in Germany, and the trend is rising. Because training is worthwhile for every company. The company can train young people well, and this increases its reputation. This keeps also the company flexible and enables it to react better to staff shortages. As a trainer, one is significantly responsible for the success and therefore enjoys an important and high position in the company. Trainers support trainees during the in-company part of their training in recognized training occupations. They keep the standard high and ensure the high quality of the knowledge of the trainees, as well as they are responsible for the accurate completion of their vocational education. It is also an exciting task as a trainer to be involved in the development, both professionally and personally, of trainees. It is also one of the most demanding tasks you undertake as a trainer. So it's absolutely necessary to know how to foster skills, competences, and talents of young people. Germany's economic success is reinforced by its expertise in vocational education training and dual training system. Training Made in Germany offers the necessary know-how and quality in order to increase the added value for international partners. With today's issue of VET on the Move, with its focus on training of trainer in South and Southeast Asia, we wish to facilitate new cooperation and business partnerships between German training providers and partners from Southeast Asia in this field. So today, I wish you exciting insights into what the German training industry has to offer. But before we start, I would like to introduce my colleague, Kristina Tuchmanova, who will take care of the technical aspects of today's event. Hello, Kristina, and thank you for being here with me today. I would also like to introduce Arunalam Karthikeyan, the head of our iMove office in India. Hello, Karthik, a warmly welcome to India. Can you give us some insights about the training trainer in India?
Very good afternoon to all participants from India, and good morning to all the experts who have joined us from Germany. As this is a very important topic for today, the skilled manpower is in much higher demand as ever, not only in India, but all over the world. And the biggest advantage of our country, India, is our demographic dividend, which, if they have the right skills required globally, they can migrate and go and work all over the world. In this particular situation, it is more important and pertinent that we focus on how we build the capacities of the people who are going to train the young Indians or the people in South and Southeast Asia. The trainers are so important, and they have to know the right pedagogy and the skills to train the Indian youngsters or the people in South and Southeast Asia to be more competitive and can be immediately ready to work in the companies. That is the reason why we chose this topic, how the German training institutions who are empaneled with IMO, who can effectively partner with the Indian institutions, more so the private institutions who can make use of such an opportunity of getting into partnership to develop their trainers as master trainers, international master trainers. Their job becomes more and more important in the coming years for India and also South and Southeast Asian countries. Currently, the capacities for training trainers in our country, in India, is highly limited actually. We have very few organizations, the central organizations, who are capable of training the trainers, who are then supplied to the ITIs. We have around 33 national training institutions, the government run institutions who can train the people as trainers, then who are employed in the government ITIs. In India, we all together have more than around 15,000 ITIs, and who are both private and public institutions. And then we also have numerous polytechnics, thousands of polytechnics. All these institutions need interventions in terms of upskilling their trainers continuously. Lifelong learning is our motto, and the teachers and trainers in working in these institutions across the globe, across India and South and Southeast Asia, needs a lot of upskilling continuously. This is where the German educational and vocational education training providers can offer their services to the Indian institutions. So it is so important that we create as many trainers as possible, so that this itself will become a kind of a very big opportunity for young Indians who would like to teach. So this is an opportunity for all the private sector training institutions in India to collaborate and to export young Indians for the global requirements. With this note, I wish you all the best, all the participants, all the training partner institutions who are going to take part today. And we have around 5 eminent speakers today from Germany. And please ask all relevant questions, and we will help you to connect them and facilitate the fruitful partnerships in the years to come. With this, I wish you all the best. Thank you, Marcus, and thank you, Christina.
Thank you, Kartik, for your insights. And it is very interesting, and I guess also very valuable for our audience. Thank you so much for this. Today, we are going to see and hear presentations of 4 German training providers who all offer training-related training of trainers. These offers will be presented in a 10-minute pitch, and after each presentation, there will be a 5-minute slot for questions. I will be the timekeeper today and finally remind the panelists when their presentation comes to an end. But before we start, I would like to hand over to Christina again to tell us some technical remarks for the audience. Thank you, Christina, for that.
Hello. Thank you, Marcus, and thank you, Kartik. So my name is Christina Tuchmanova, and I'm also part of IMO. And I would like to show you today the technical remarks. As you can see, your microphone and your camera have been switched off for the whole event, so you can concentrate completely on our presentation. If you notice that you have some technical problems, you can call this German number and enter with the access code. If you would like to ask some question to our panelists, you can write your question right here in this question box, and we will try to answer as quickly as the presentation is over. So here you can enter your question. Give over to Marcus. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Christina, for the technical remarks. I told you we have 4 presentations by German training providers, but before we start, I have just a small survey for you. I would like to tell us your expectations. Christina prepared a short survey. I hope we will see it right now. So tell us your expectations. That's a small way. I would like to please you to participate in the small survey with the answer, I'm interested in finding German partners. In B, I would like to find information about the different areas of training of trainer. C, I need information on the length of the train the trainer program. Or D, I'm interested in a subject to prepare for the future. So I give you a couple of time to do that. So much. 44% to find information about the areas of train the trainer. Only 2% would like to have information about the length or the duration of train the trainer program, and 35% would like to be prepared in the future with that topic. That is very interesting. Okay, thank you so much for now, and I would like to start with our panelists, and I have 4 training providers for today for the topic. We are very proud to introduce all of them, and I would like to start with the first panelist, and that is Mr. Thorsten Körner. Thorsten Körner is the Sales Manager World from Bosch Rexroth Academy, a global industrial company and a leading specialist in drive and control technology, combining innovation and efficiency in products and technologies. Mr. Körner, please share your information with us. Thank you so much and welcome.
Thank you very much, Markus. It's a pleasure to be with you today and share some of the insights regarding not only our company, but also our activities regarding train the trainer activities we have worldwide and also in India. Well, it's always difficult to summarize such information in only 10 minutes, but I try to do my best. So actually, Bosch Rexroth is the industrial company that belongs to the Bosch Group. I think all of you know Bosch. Bosch is also very present in India. At Bosch Rexroth, we also have not only commercial facilities, but also plants over there producing mainly hydraulic components. And with this small introduction, I would like to shortly point out one specific characteristic of our company. Sorry, as it is quite unique worldwide. We are on one side a technology provider. We supply different innovations on our specialized areas of actuation, but on the other side, we also use this technology we produce, and we don't use it only in our own facilities, but we use it in the whole Bosch world. That means we are talking about over 270 plants worldwide, over 700 warehouses, and most important of it, over 400,000 employees worldwide. And you can imagine that being a global company and having so much employees, we have a high necessity for training. So it's a long tradition from the company of providing training to all of our employees. And for a long time ago, we also decided to, let's say, internationalize and externalize this training. That means that nowadays we at Bosch Rexroth are capable of offering also external trainers to anyone who would like to participate. Yeah, we have We will see it afterwards. We have different training facilities all over the world where we can provide training and also train the trainer. So what is our philosophy? Why do we need a permanent training? First of all, the ever-changing environment, especially nowadays, not only related to the last, let's say, pandemic, but also related to some technological changes. For example, now we are talking about Industry 4.0, which is also giving us a changing environment for the industry. On the other side, with all this changing environment, also the professions are changing. Yeah? The skills are changing, and also the educational system has to adapt to these new tendencies. It is not the same to study or to learn something now than it has been 25 years, for example, when I began studying. So the institutions have to adapt to this new surrounding as well. And last but not least, of course, a trained person or a trained organization maintains also its competitiveness. And there we come to a very important aspects. We are now, well, we have been talking all time about a lifelong learning, but nowadays it's more important than ever, yeah, because of the speed of the changes we are living nowadays. So it's not only talking about the initial learning for newcomers, for the young people, but we also have to intensify the training for people that are already working, that have their experience, because mainly the combination of a long year experience together with a technological update, this gives the people the chance to maintain themselves really updated and valuable for the company. Yeah. So when talking about knowledge or competence levels, of course we strive into an excellence level. So we are not only focusing on the technology or the context or the applications. We need to go further and create competitiveness and also competences regarding the knowledge of the people. So we are applying to this within our organization, within our RecShort Academy, where we provide several kind of trainings. What you see here is only the training we are providing in Germany. Yeah, so over 160 practical trainings. We have 19 training locations in Germany. We deal with basic to expert knowledge, and of course, we also certify trainers, external trainers, through our Train the Trainer program. And the Train the Trainer program is really important for us on a global basis, because we don't maintain training centers in each country. In the case of India, we have own training centers, but we also work with partners. So we provide Train the Trainer programs just to do this, to have partners, enable them to provide our training, our professional training to their students, and therefore also enhance the training quality. How do we do it? We provide the know-how transfer mainly through trainers we have here in Germany and also in other parts of the world that normally are long year experienced colleagues that have been not only dealing with training but also with industrial applications. So the quality of the information that is provided to the trainers is really unique. We have plenty of experiences regarding Train the Trainers with different countries all over the world, either being conducted in Germany or also locally conducted. We have worked, of course, with India, with other Asian countries, with South America, where I come from, with East Europe, Germany, of course, Africa, and so on. So we have plenty of experience conducting this kind of programs. So now coming to a more localized topic, let's talk a little bit about Bosch Rexroth in India. As I said, it has a long tradition. Next year, in 2 years, it will be 50 years of existence in India, and through this almost 50 years, our company has developed a lot as well, including training centers. What you see on the left side are just our training facilities at our own offices. So we are able to provide trainings in India and also train-the-trainer programs for those institutions or those industries that require it. Regarding the footprint of our company in India, we have 2 manufacturing locations. So we produce hydraulic components. We have sales offices. We have partners with whom we work together. And last but not least, 3 own training centers. You see in Bangalore, in Pune, and also in Ahmedabad. As I was telling you, we work also together with partners in India. In this case, we are showing some specific examples of universities and college. We work together. We provide the training equipment and therefore also the train-the-trainer program to give them the possibility of training also their students and also workers, active workers. Together with those 4 examples, there are more than 50 more institutions that have been or that are working together with our technology and also had been provided with our training. As I said, it's not only about training, also you need the hardware for training the students and people with our technologies, and therefore we also provide a complete portfolio of training systems related to our technologies, mainly hydraulics, automation that includes also Industry 4.0, and last but not least also something regarding pneumatics. My time is almost over, so I would invite you also to visit our webpage where you can find specific information about the activities of our academy. There's also a webpage, localized webpage for India, where you can find specific information about our presence in this country. So thanks for your attention, and I'm looking forward to have some more footprints in India also regarding the training. Thank you very much.
Lovely, Herr Körner. That was really, really interesting. Thank you so much for now. Kartik, what about questions from the audience for Mr. Körner?
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Körner. I think we have one question which I will present it to you. In the meantime, from my side, on behalf of the participants, I just would like to ask you 1 or 2 important questions. How important is to upskill the trainers periodically from Bosch Rexroth Academy point of view? And
well, it's very easy to answer. It's the only way to keep up with the technological changes. If you don't have trained trainers, then you don't have trained professionals. Yeah, so I've been dealing all of my labor life with training and educational projects, and it is really incredible how fast the quality of the professionals increase when you also invest into the trainers. This is something many institutions forget. They only think about buying some stuff, some high-tech stuff, and then on the other side you have trainers that even can't manage to work with this equipment. This is happening all over the world, and therefore you see the importance of having also the trainers trained. So, for example, when we offer a project for implementing some training systems and so on, we automatically include the trainer program, because otherwise it wouldn't make any sense.
And how many days in a year the trainers have to go for a course for upskilling themselves? And how
Well, actually, yeah, it mainly depends on the technology you are dealing with, and also, of course, uh, regarding the experience of the trainers. What we suggest is that at least once a year, the trainers have the possibility of updating technologically. Maybe you don't need a presence training, you don't have to travel anywhere, but you can have online trainings where we provide information about the new technologies and therefore also make it happen to keep those trainers updated.
Thank you. I saw in the chat box that Mr. Anandan wanted to ask a question, but I'm unable to see his question. Mr. Anandan, B. Anand, would you like to send your question in the chat box, please? Unfortunately, I'm not getting any response. So I think that we should move to the next presentation. Thank you, Thorsten. If there are any questions, we will post it to you and we will take the answers from you and send it to the participants. Thank you.
Perfect. Please do it so. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Körner. Thank you, Kartik, for the question. I think we have later on time Mr. Körner has time to answer the questions from the audience later on. And now we will have a presentation by Mr. Kai-Arne Fiedler. Mr. Fiedler is the CEO from BSK International, an international non-profit educational organization that works with on behalf of universities, educational authorities, the government agencies, and private educational institutions. Welcome, Mr. Fiedler. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. Aust. Namaste and a very good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kai Fiedler. I'm the founder and CEO of BSK International. We have a history of 22 years. We were founded in the years 2000. We are a governmental recognized non-profit organization recognized by the German government. We are official member of IMOVE, who is hosting that event today, as well as GIZ, which is a governmental body founded by the German government. Over the past 10 years, we had more than 1,200 successfully trained participants in our programs. We do offer courses in the areas of train the trainer, vocational education courses, as well as university courses. When it comes to train the trainer courses, we do offer courses in the topics of smart manufacturing and automatics, Industry 4.0, Internet of the Things, robotics, EV vehicles, civil engineering and mechatronics, as well as hotel management and business administration. What is unique about our Train the Trainer programs is that we basically combine 3 different aspects and approaches to our trainings, and that is the theoretical lectures given by professors from German universities, as well as industry experts from companies like, for example, Siemens or BMW. Plus, we have on-site inspections. That means we go into the factories, we go into the companies and see how actually this is done in practice. And number 3, we do have exchange and discussion panels between the Indian scholars or foreign scholars and the German scholars. So what you can see here, it's really, you can think of a triangle consisting of on-site inspections plus theoretical lectures plus discussion and exchange. And when we do our on-site visits, we go to entities like, for example, Siemens, for example, BMW, Technical University Munich, or the German Chamber of Commerce, IHK. For our Train the Trainer projects, we do offer 2 different duration packages. One is 2 weeks and another one is 1 month, 4 weeks. And the lectures basically will take place in between the normal working hours, 9 to 4. the medium of instruction is English. No German skills needed. No German skills needed. Everything is done in English or in any other local language with the help of an interpreter. Another very crucial thing is the certificate at the end of the training venue. Every participant will receive an official graduation certificate issued by a German university plus our side, BSK International, and of course we will issue all the paperwork related to applying for the visa for coming to Germany. When talking about the fees, these two packages, the 2 weeks package will cost 29,000 euros for a group of 40 participants. The package for 4 weeks, 28 days will be 49,000 euro. And here is what you really have is a high value for the price. If you divide those 29,000 euros divided by 40 participants, you will come to 725 euro only per person. And for that, you get all the services and the quality which I just have mentioned, for example, like the on-site visits, lectures by the professors, the certificate, and so on. Everything is included, excluding cost for traveling, accommodation, food. And talking about those personal expenses, we do offer 2 different options. The first option is that we connect with the German travel agency. We do the surveillance, I would say. That means we make sure that this travel agency is arranging hotel and food and transportation according to your requirements. The second option is that you can choose any travel agency of your choice in India or in Germany. So both options are fine. From our experience, we can say most of our clients, they choose for the first option. That means a trusted travel agency in Germany, and we take care that everything is done in a proper way. Vegetarian foods and refreshments are available at any time during the training time. Wrapping up, executive summary, there is an official certificate at the end of the training for every participant issued by a German university and BSK International. Number 2, no German skills needed. Everything is done in English. You don't have to master any German skills. And number 3, we do have on-site visits where you can also get best practice examples, like, for example, from BMW or Siemens. Number 4, success proven, more than 1,200 participants over the last years. And number 5, high value for price, only 725 euro per person. So if you're interested, we're always happy to get in touch with you. We also warmly welcome you to Germany and to Berlin or Bonn respectively. And if you would like to get more information, we are always happy to receive your email at info@bsk-international.org. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Fiedler. That was very interesting. Thank you so much. And I guess a lot of people are highly interested in to get more information about that. Probably, Karthikeyan, you have already one question for us?
Yes. See, basically, Mr. Jayarama from GIZ has asked this question. He would like to know how effective is the online TOT courses. Do you also organize online trainer courses?
Well, we could do that, and definitely we are open for that. But for online courses, there's one issue, and these are the on-site inspections going to the companies. So to answer this question, yes, online courses are possible. We are doing that with excellent results. The only thing is that the on-site inspections going to the factories and companies that won't be visible in the online version.
And from your interesting presentation, we learned that you need a minimum of 40 members to come together, right? Whereas in our country, we don't have any specific institute which can pool 40 people together. So what would be your suggestion? How our training institutions can use your services, use your courses?
Okay, excellent questions. Well, that is normally what we do in other countries as well. That means we pool the participants, let's say 40 participants hailing from 5 different universities or institutions. So definitely, if we would be very grateful if, for example, iMove could do that matching work, or there is some institution, and actually this way it's very success proven that say you have one institute, they're sending, let's say, for example, 20 people, and then they're looking around for neighboring institutions, filling up the remaining 20 seats. So that is normally how we do that.
And during which part of the year you normally take in such courses? Anytime people can come to you and say that we would like to have this course, or you have specific timelines?
Mm-hmm. So it is possible throughout the year. However, the main seasons, I would say, is in summer. That means July, August, as well as in winter, January and February. But I mean, all the other months are open too.
Okay. And do you have an office in India, BSK International?
Sorry, we don't have.
Okay. I think that some of the questions came from the participants I have already asked. So thank you so much. If there are more interest, we will get back to you and connect you with the participants. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fiedler. Thank you, Kartik, for the presentation and also for the questions. So next in line is Ms. Louise Maudans from the Central Agency for Continuing Vocational Education and Training in the Skilled Crafts. The short German acronym is ZWH. ZWH is a service provider for all vocational training facilities in Germany's entire skilled craft sector. I hope that was right introduced, Ms. Maudans. And could you please introduce your training offer? Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you very much, and a very warm welcome. First of all, then, a really warm welcome from my side. As said, my name is Louise Maudans, and I'm from the Central Agency for Continuing Vocational Education and Training in the Skills Crafts. So you see, for me and also for Mr. Aus, it's a very long name to say that we have in English. So I will talk in my presentation with the short term of ZWH, so that it is more easy for us and also for you to listen. I'm very happy to be here today and to speak to you, and thanks for your time and for the invitation from iMove to present our international portfolio today to you. And first of all, I would like to give you some information about our institution, and you can see here in the presentation our guiding themes are future, further education, and skills craft, and this is also the foundation of all activities of the ZWH. And our organization is committed to promoting dual vocational training and continuing vocational education in Germany and also abroad. And I brought you here on the next slide some more information about us. We are a service provider for all vocational training facilities in Germany in the entire skills craft sector. And that's why we have our supporting members that are the regional chambers of skills crafts, and there are 53 of it, and also the German Confederation of Skills Crafts. ZDH is there the short term for that. And you can also see some kind of numbers that I brought you. So we already developed 60,600 54, a very large number of pages of developed course materials, and we also have a lot of different kind of projects. And so you can see we are working with 30.4 million total volume of projects and contracts per year, and also we did 300 hours of examination time per year, so that you have a little bit something in mind what we are doing and what we have done till now. And then especially we are looking also not only in the national sector in Germany, we also have to focus on our international activities, and therefore we are offering counseling for members and clients in Germany and abroad that are interested in adapting the German system of dual vocational education. And based on many years of experience in implementing national and international projects and assignments, and our vast network of cooperating institutions, we can provide an access to knowledge and expertise about the dual vocational education and training. And so that you get an idea what we can offer you, I brought you some points from our international portfolio. So this you can see here. So we have individual consulting services for public and private actors in the education, when the partner countries are interested in developing and adapting appropriate structures from the dual vocational education and training. And so it is really important not to look only how we do it in Germany. It is also important to look how is your education system in India, for example, and how we can combine this and how we can implement some different kind of components of this dual vocational education system. And that's why we have also developed some planning tools, some strategic tools that allow us to implement better in your country dual vocational education and training systems. Also, we can introduce different kind of components. Our main part, which is the topic also today, is to qualify in-company trainers, vocational school teachers, and also managers of vocational training institutions. And therefore, it is for us really important to do this action-oriented in our trainings and workshops, and also that our participants later are able in their professional practice to work action-oriented as well. And also we can conduct training needs assessment, and I also got another slide to show what else is possible. We also develop training assignments and course programs. So we are very flexible to look what are your needs, what you need to build then the perfect program for you. And therefore we work very often with experts from the skilled craft sector together, so that we have this practical component to the methodics and also to didactics. And this is really important so that you have the whole package with us and with our experts from the skilled craft sector. And also we're offering comprehensive e-learning services, online portals are also possible. So you can see it's a really wide range, and it depends on that, what you need, what are you interested in, and so we can develop there and offer for you. And especially I would like today to present you in the last minutes some information about our IBET trainer qualification, because this is some special offer that we have. It is an innovative course that integrates the qualification of the in-company trainers, the vocational school teachers, and also the managers of vocational training institutions, because it's very important for us that all these different kind of target groups know what to do or what are the components of the dual system, so that you can together work with it in your professional practice. And therefore we have designed some different kind of goals with this qualification, and this you can see here. it is for us very important, first of all, that our participants in this kind of courses learn to understand their respective roles as education facilitators in a dual vocational system, and also, first of all, get to know how a dual vocational system works and how it can fit together with your own education system in your country. Then that you are becoming improved in the combination of the theoretical content with practical learning experience. And some special is also that you can learn how to communicate, to collaborate more effectively with all the different target groups and partners that are relevant to work with on this big topic. And to give you some more information about the content of this kind of training is we start first of all in module 1, where you first of all discovering the basic components of a dual vocational training system. We explain you the advantages and challenges of this kind of systems, and also want to discover the tasks and responsibilities of the vocational facilitators in this system. And therefore, it is really important that not only our trainers teach how it works in a dual system, we also want to get a look at your education system in your country, and then that we combine these both things and look how we can put in there more dual components. Otherwise, if we then look a bit more further into module 1, there you can see the planning and the implementation of vocational training, and therefore it is important to understand the importance of the monitoring of the learning process to ensure a successful achievement of vocational training objectives. And also we are practicing a different kind of didactic principles like the action-oriented learning. We look at the learning objectives and also how you can select course content and action-oriented vocational training methods. And then it's also important to know how I can complete and design examinations when I teach the students the different kinds of theoretical and practical knowledges. And the last point is then, and this is very special for our qualification, we talk also about the theme leadership and communication. And so you get to know how you can give and receive feedback. And also we are practicing the non-violent communication. Yeah, and this course is also possible as an online learning course, or if we do it in a live training in your country. So it depends on that, what your needs are. And so we can design this course more for you, pick out some elements. And as I already said, we have also the possibility to bring in our experts from the skills craft sector, so that you have also the practical and the practical view, and also the different kind of didactic principles that here come together in this course. Yeah. So then thank you very much for your attention, and I'm looking really forward to your questions. And if you have more questions after this little talk today, you can also write me an email, and so we can get more in touch. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Luise Maudans. That your presentation was full of interesting information. Thank you so much. And I would like to take a look to Kartik. Are there any questions from the audience?
Not yet, but I'm curious to know, Ms. Maudans, that can you share some examples of such a training course which you organized for different countries? The trainers, and which all areas you have conducted such a training?
We did most of our trainings in China, and we had also a bigger project in the construction sector in Kosovo. And therefore, first of all, we talked about what with our contractors, what the teachers wanted to know which knowledge they already have, and so we can design an offer for that, and which kind of jobs, which of expert or practical knowledge we can give is all jobs that are in the Skillscraft sector. So there are many of it. So I didn't can name it all, but we have construction sector, electronical sector, different kinds of where we can look, and there we work with the chambers of Skillscraft together. They have the practical experts, and so we can do this part also in addition to get to know the dual system, the components, to know how to communicate, how to do leadership, how to make an examination, how to plan a dual vocational training for their own students. So it's a whole package, and we also can do, like we had now in China, we can also do some smaller workshops that we say, okay, we do a 4 or 3 day workshop to start to get some basic informations, to start to work with it. And for us, it's really important also in the online rooms that we are work interactive. So that means the participants really have to do something too, not only to listen. They have really to work out some plans, some training plans, which method they would use, how they would do the examination for these kinds, how they would determine and learning objectives. So we all learn this, and we all get an exchange with the different groups, giving feedback, receiving feedback to that, how the other participants maybe would do it the other way, or the expert also can say, this is maybe missing, or this you can do that it's more in a dual way, more practical and theoretical parts in it.
Okay. Do you have any experience in India? Have you so far worked with any institutions in India?
I know that I'm since 2016 at the ZWH. I know that before we did a study in India. So colleagues of mine had experience in India, but this was only for this little study that we made there, and so not yet, but we are very interested in. That's why we
Thank you. Thank you so much. We welcome you the most, and most of our Indian service providers will be very happy to receive you, because you being the central organization and can offer services to almost all sectors, I think, with your experience. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kartik. Thank you so much, Luise Maudans. We are looking forward to hear more from you. And now our last panelist will be Mr. Gebhard Hafer. Mr. Hafer is director of the BBW University in Berlin, and he will introduce his master program, International Technical Vocational Education and Training, ITVET. Mr. Hafer, the floor is yours.
Good morning, everyone. I'm the last one, but I hope not the least one. Exactly. Thank you very much for staying with us. Mr. Aus, thanks for this great introduction. Okay. Dear participants, I feel really honored that I can be part of this information round today. Just a few words about myself. My name is Gebhard Hafer. I'm the rector of the BBW University, and I'm responsible for several study programs. One of the study programs is called International Technical Vocational Education and Training. And as you can see, we have lots of experience with India. I just handed over certificates to, I think, 65 students from all over India just last week. All of them were in the master study programs. And I would like to take this opportunity to introduce you a little bit, first of all, to our university. And secondly, I would like to introduce you a little bit to our training program. Just a few words about myself. I'm not only the rector in Berlin, but I do lots of trainings and workshops in the field of TVET. I've just recently completed training for the ITI instructors from India within the IGNITE program. It was really like very a good experience for me. We were teaching, or I was teaching mostly the principles of action-oriented learning and teaching. And that is also the approach why we wanted to introduce our program to you today. So first of all, a few words about my university. Just a second, I don't see the, here we are, okay. We were founded 2007, right in the heart of Berlin, capital of Germany. We have 23 industry-oriented study programs with more than 1,100 students. Currently, it's 1,200. Around about 400 are internationals, out of which more than 250 come from Southeast Asia, mostly from India and from Pakistan. We have actually two branches. One is in the center of Berlin. The other one is in Venice, in Italy. So for those of you who might wish to study also in Italy, this is also possible. We are fully acknowledged in Germany, so all the accreditations are there. Yesterday we got the re-accreditation through FIBA, so we are fully accredited university. But, and that is the difference between state-owned universities and our university, we come from the world of business. So our owners are actually the business associations within the capital region of Germany, which is the UVB. The Employers Association of Germany is behind us, and we have companies as owners. I think the ones that you know are Siemens, Otis, maybe Bombardier and German Railways. But we also cooperate, of course, with our ministries, the federal ministries, the ministries on the regional level in Germany, and we have lots of projects also with GIZ. So we are fully included in not only national networks, but also international networks. We have different study programs. First of all, on bachelor level, which I will not explain here. I will go a little bit deeper into the master study programs. Those that are English speaking programs are International Technology Transfer Management, Strategic Management Logistics, Management of Creative Industries, and that is what I will introduce you to today, one specific master study program, which is called International Technical Vocational Education and Training. This is a quite new program. So we started offering this program exactly 2 years ago, and it was developed together with GIZ. So we together developed this program, and I will give you some information about this program now. First of all, it is designed to build vocational pedagogical competencies. So we are not so much focused on the technical competencies, but we think, and that's what we heard before, there are lots of training institutions that offer these technical trainings already. We want to focus a little bit more on the pedagogical and didactical contents. It is an English-speaking program. For those who come from India, it's no problem at all, but there might be also some participants from somewhere else in Asia, East Asia or Southeast Asia. So this is an English-speaking program. We don't have any German contents in it. So for those of you who have no German knowledge, is no problem at all, because everything is taught in English language. The program aims at developing scientific and methodological skills and competencies, as well as practical qualifications for the professions in TVET. Why I'm writing this, the organization that I comes from, the BBW, is a vocational education organization, which not only has a university, the university that I represent here, but also a vocational education school. So within our school, we teach, and that's why we also include our school in this master study program, because you can also experience what you learn in the master study program. The program is also designed to support other countries in modernizing their vocational training systems and German companies in training skilled workers in their partner companies. That is also very important for us, that we are not only aiming on TVET teachers or in-company trainers, but also for those who might come from ministries or any other institutions that are included in the TVET system. And here we just summarized a little bit for our target group: specialists and managers in public institutions, vocational school teachers, trainers, and further education companies, company internals and intercompany education institutions, vocational training researchers. That is very important as well for those who further develop the TVET system, that we also support those who are conducting researches, and as well as academia and institutions providing further education and general vocational training research. So it's a broad group, target group, that we are looking for. Perspectives after graduations, I think it's quite clear. Those who would like to work in international administrative and research institutions, those who work in the industrial groups, and institutions of international development corporations, and that is also quite important for us, for those who are working in the companies, for example. It's a 2-year study program that is following the Bologna standards in European Union. We have a first year with certain modules in it, like foundations of technical vocational training, structure and theories of technical vocational education, management and evaluation of TVET and workforce developments, vocational didactics and disciplines area. And then there's a specific area of specialization in the study program. And then, of course, we also want to look a little bit into international comparative and cultural studies on TVET. And then we go into the second year. Again, we have a specialization in it, and we have then this module called Education Technology, investigative education through research. And the study program ends up with a scientific research seminar to get the students prepared for the master thesis and later on for the colloquium. Of course, we have a curriculum for the study program, for this 2-year study program, which I will provide for those of you who are interested in it. We have also module description, of course. So in each of these modules that are shown here in the curriculum, we have a description of all the content. So you can have a look at it, how many hours this contains, and how many credit points you get for this. So for each of these modules, you get certain credit points, which are sum up in 120 credit points in the end, according to the Bologna standard here in Europe. But there are actually 2 different ways of obtaining either a certificate or, in the end, a master certificate. You can, first of all, book certain modules. So, for example, in the first half year, you just attend 1 to 5 modules, and after completion of each module, you get a specific certificate. Then you can enter the second half year, where we offer another 5 modules, so you can book another up to 5 modules. And then you need to think a little bit, or you have the opportunity to enter into the master study program, which means in the following 6 months, another 1 to 5 modules. And then in the last half year, there is the possibility to book the last remaining modules and complete the studies with colloquium and the master thesis, which ends up with 120 credit points. If you need a little bit longer, that is also no problem. So we don't have to stick to these 2 years. If you want to expand this a little bit, then you can do this. And then I come to the end of my presentation. There are some specific requirements. For the certificate program, you just need to show an English language certificate. If you want to enter the master program, then we would like to see at least a master degree and also an English language certificate. But the master degree is a minimum requirement to enter the master study program. For the fees, there are two different options. First option is that you book a whole semester, which is then per person 3,570 euros. If you want to book only single modules, it's 725 euros per module. If you want to enter into a whole master study program, then the complete master program will cost 14,280 euros. But you can make up your decision during the study times if you want to switch from the certificate program also to the master program. Yeah, that was it. I hope I kept the 15 minutes or 10 to 15 minutes. Thank you very, very much for your attention. And I'm now ready for questions.
Thank you, Mr. Hafer. It was a bit longer, but finally
yeah,
it was
sorry
important.
for that.
No, it was important. The last information was important for the audience. Thank you so much. Kartik, are there any questions?
Yes. There are no questions from the audience, but from my side, I would like to know, Mr. Hafer, and if our universities in India would like to partner with your organization, would you be in a position to jointly
yes.
offer this course in India?
Yes, with pleasure. We can develop a double degree program. So if there are universities in India interested in developing something together or jump into this program and offer a double degree, then with pleasure. Welcome.
Okay.
We have double degree programs with other universities, but not yet in the field of this ITVET master study program.
So what I liked is that you modularized your courses, which gives a lot of options. Even the candidates can take a break after 2 modules, and then they can come back and then they join the 3rd and 4th module.
Yeah.
So this is very interesting. And if you can join hands with India, I think that large number of candidates will be interested to do it in India itself for a much affordable fees.
We have lots of experience with India. We have lots of students from India. It's a pleasure to expand this.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I think that we have no more questions from the audience, and I am now I offer over to you, Marcus. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, gentlemen. It was lovely to hear you, and thank you, Mr. Hafer, especially for your presentation. It was very interesting. We have now heard 4 interesting pitches from German companies, and now I have some extra information for you, which could be very valuable for you. Finally, I am pleased to welcome Ms. Isabel Jeniger from the AHK in Pune. And what is the AHK and what you have to offer, she would like to tell you in detail. Ms. Jeniger, the floor is yours. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Aus, and thank you also to IMO for having me. It was really interesting hearing about the various offerings that we heard from German training providers, and I'm very pleased that I can now also give a perspective of what we as the Indo-German Chamber of Commerce are already doing in India. First of all, those of you who don't know us yet, the Indo-German Chamber of Commerce is a network or a part of a network of German chambers that consists of about 80 chambers of industry and commerce in Germany, as well as the German chambers of commerce and industry abroad, which are at about 140 locations worldwide. The Indo-German Chamber of Commerce is the largest bilateral AHK worldwide with about 3,000 members. And through our offices, the 5 offices that we have in India, as well as a liaison office in Düsseldorf, we not only promote international trade between both countries, but by design, we are also a bit of an extension of the chamber-coordinated dual vocational education system of Germany. We have been active in VET actually for quite a long time, about 30 years by now, starting with our Indo-German Training Center, which opened in 1991 in Mumbai and which offers postgraduate education, management education to engineers and other graduates in a dual setting. Since then, we have also expanded the portfolio quite a lot. So we work with our members on implementing dual apprenticeship programs. We also coordinate and offer advanced trainings, including training of trainers. But most recently, we've also started working with schools and schools projects in developing materials that they can use for professional orientation so that kids can make an autonomous career choice that is based on their own skills and interests. And of course, promotes action-oriented vocational education because that's what we stand for. As I said, we do all our vocational education activities in a wider sense in a sector-agnostic approach, meaning that we don't work with regard to specific professions or industries, but we really work based on the demands of our members that approach us and position ourselves as system experts. This is why it's important that we, of course, collaborate with technical experts such as Rexroth in making sure that they bring in the technical expertise and we bring in our expertise on the dual vocational education system. Similarly, also, our training of trainers is not technical, but we focus in our offerings on vocational pedagogy, for which we also have a lot of in-house competence. Our core offering in this regard is the ADA International, the Ausbildung der Ausbilder International, which is basically just German for training of trainers, which is based on the German Trainer Aptitude Ordinance. The concept was developed by the DIHK, the Association of German Chambers of Commerce and Industries, and is now offered as a standardized certification course by chambers worldwide. It consists of the 4 modules that you see on the screen now. So basically, we start with checking training prerequisites. What does a company need to consider if they want to offer vocational training at their plant or within their organization? How to really plan and prepare training? How to then implement this plan that you have developed successfully? And finally, how to lead the training program to success and ensure that the training objectives that you have decided are achieved. As you see, this is quite comprehensive. Therefore, we offer it in 2 versions. The ADA full version contains all these contents and has a lot of information on the German dual system and what would be in a German trainer aptitude ordinance also listed. However, this is a little too comprehensive often for our members because they say like, well, we don't work with the German system. We want something where we can implement a qualification pack or the apprenticeship scheme. For this, we have the ADA Basic, as we call it, so the basic version of the ADA International, which focuses more on modules 2 and 3, so on planning and on executing the training, but of course also gives an overview of the German dual system and how to conclude it. At the end of both of these courses, participants appear for a dual examination, and upon successful passing, they receive a joint certificate by DIHK and IGCC. Plus, with this, they're also qualified to set up apprenticeship courses, which are certifiable by IGCC and DIHK. We also further support our trainers by having frequent trainer meets where they can come together and share experiences. Now, while this, as I said, is the core offering, we also realized that it still doesn't really fully meet all of the demand of our members. Often there are people involved in the training process who don't need to have a full overview of a program, but they're responsible for only implementing a small part of it. So for them, we have also individual instructor modules, which are much, much smaller, more focused on, okay, if you are given a specific learning objective, how can you implement this? What do you need to consider in terms of learning psychology? And what is the role of a trainer in this context? We don't have a fixed module here. It is really depending on the demand, but we can always customize it as per whatever is required and what is the role of that particular person. With all this, we aim to contribute to the impact that vocational education has in India. And we don't only do this by, of course, selling, so to say, these products, but we really intensively also work with partners, we work with our members, and we work with funding givers. Most recently, for example, we've just completed a training of master trainers, which was a funded project by GIZ with the objective of qualifying Sector Skill Council trainers for becoming master trainers for on-job training. What we've done is that we qualified these 50-odd people first with the other basics, so that they also had a proper understanding of how to do on-job training, basically, how to manage that process. And then after they successfully completed this, they got additional modules on something as communication, problem solving, things that would be relevant for master trainers. Now with these 30 sector skill councils, we also have trainers who can impart these learnings, so to say, and create a scaling effect. Another project that is currently still going on, and which I hope is also interesting to you, is a training of trainers that we do in cooperation with the various organizations that you see at the bottom of the slide. So it is again a project funded by Sankalp at GIZ, and we work with in the implementation, particularly the Automotive Sector Skill Council, to implement this dual training program to qualify instructors, trainers, basically. What happens here is that they undergo a free 11-week dual course. So they first have 4 weeks of upskilling in their particular domain, also in pedagogy, vocational pedagogy, and then they go 4 weeks on the job in a company, which is coordinated for them. They learn about the operational processes and latest technologies in the industry. They also learn how to train others on these processes. And then afterwards, they have another 2 weeks of expert sessions with German trainers and Indian industry experts before appearing for a joint exam developed by ASCC and IGCC, where they at the end get 2 certificates. We have developed these for 5 different professions. At the moment, you can still enroll, if this is interesting to you, in one of 4. So we have advanced welding technology, automation and robotics, CNC programming and operations, and also advanced automotive technology. All the details, you can always get in touch with us, or you can register directly through this QR code that you see over here. If you would like to know a little more or see how we can cooperate in the field of training of trainers, please feel free to get in touch with us. Besides me, you can also get in touch with my colleague, Christine Raj, who is representing the topic of vocational pedagogy at the Chamber along with me. With this, I'd like to close the session. I look forward to hearing from you about how we can work on this topic in the future. Thank you very much, and back to you, Mr. Aust.
Thank you, Ms. Jenninger, for your information. Thank you so much for the presentation. Unfortunately, we are very short in time, so we have no time for additional questions. So I'm so sorry to say that. But I have a question to the audience, and I would like to please Christina to show up the last survey. I would like to please you in our survey again. Do you think this event was valuable for you? And I have 4 answers for you. Yes, the presentations were interesting and useful for me. And yes, but I would like to have a physical event next time. Or pitches should be no longer because you get more information. And or no, it did not meet my expectations. So I'm looking forward to see your answers. We have still 69 participants, so it is very interesting and very good to see that. Yeah, there are the results. Thank you so much. And almost 80%, finding our presentations very interesting and useful. So that is very good, and I'm very happy to see that. And also the organizers and the presenters are happy to see that that we think that the event was valuable for you. Thank you so much. I would like to thank all panelists and the audience for being with us today. Thank you so much for sharing information and questions. And I would also like to thank my colleagues, Kati, Christina, for organizing and conducting this event together with me. If you have further questions or if you want to get in touch with the panelist, please do not hesitate to contact us every time. We are looking forward to hearing from you soon, and we will keep you updated on training made in Germany on our website imove-germany.de. The whole iMove team sends you kind regards, and please stay safely and stay safe and healthy. And I wish you a good day and goodbye. Thank you so much.